Mesa Verde, try to get the tours. They're so worth it.
Yeah.
Today we continue towards Oregon and we leave Cibola National Forest. We have done our safety inspections and some minor repairs, and we are ready to hit the road again.
So we finally found a car wash with big enough bays, but here's the problem. It's
48 and really, really windy. So I think that I would rather not get wet and instead just let the Airstream be gross.
Let the Airstream be gross. Maybe it'll be a little warmer later.
We have many, many thousands of miles to go. We're good.
Yeah. Let's enjoy Route 66 right now.
I got off the highway because the crosswinds made me feel uncomfortable and opted to take a scenic route. We're off of I-25 and we found a place to dump and fill for $6. Winning! Well, winning for me. Andrew still has to pull the rip.
How's it going?
Good. $6, can't beat it. I mean, you can if it's free. Yay, Texas. But I mean,
$6 is reasonable.
$6 is pretty sweet.
He says it's city water, so hopefully it's not weird. I think that may be the first inflatable casino I've ever seen.
Is it inflatable?
I played lacrosse way back years ago in a little dome like that was inflatable, and that looked exactly like it.
Wow, really?
Yeah. Inflatable casino. That was fun. Absolutely surgical as we come back. Wow, I'm impressed. She adjusted once, but it's basically the first try. 100% the first try. Wow. Site 5. See the dirt line. We didn't get any closer than that. Nice and slow. Absolutely wow. All right.
Hey, man.
Wow, that's impressive.
Not bad for my first try.
No, you basically adjusted barely once, and it was mostly to keep the dump valve from hitting the lump right there. And then you went through the second hole where you were on one wheel, and it like immediately switched to be on the other tire.
Yeah.
As you went through it.
All right, let's get that LevelMate and just see how bad it is.
We're gonna have to drop that absolutely to the bottom.
Yeah.
I need to put that.
Can I go back a little more?
You can. I need to put those on blocks as you go back.
Take the LevelMate first.
Yep. It's ever so slightly high on the sink side, but like,
it's a pretty good site, especially considering it's the last free one.
It's testimony to a little bit of persistence and determination when there's only one spot left in this area, so we had to make it fit. Impressed that Shauna did it in one go. That was pretty awesome. Had to kind of block the wheels a little bit extra to get us up pretty close to level. And yeah, happy as heck with it. One of the reasons that we really wanted to make this site work is the entrance to Mesa Verde is basically right there at the base of that big mesa, and we'll be about 2 miles away from the gate. Today's boondocking task is screen repair. This one's been waiting for me for quite a while. Finally getting to it now. It's our front window over the couch out to the grill. We don't frequently open that window because the grill is there, but some days we're going to want to be able to do that. So I'm going to fix up the screen right now. Nothing particularly complicated about this technology. It's the same in your house or in a camper. You basically just force this spline into the little channel, making sure to keep the screen straight, and then trim off the excess. To save money on a trip to the store, I'm just going to go ahead and reuse this spline. It's still pretty flexible. I've deliberately finished the spline seam at the bottom. This is where the latch goes through the frame. And so this seam joint will be mostly hid behind the couch if anybody's ever looking for it.
Wow, that looks great.
Thank you. How's the video building going?
It's going.
Yeah. Sorry it took me 6 months to work up the ambition to do 20 minutes worth of work.
Yeah, it's okay. It's done now, just in time for spring. Hooray! No, that looks really, really good. Can you make sure that you like clean any mossiness or grossness?
I've cleaned the frame and I've cleaned this front and back.
Awesome. Awesome. How about the flippy latches?
Yep. Top and bottom.
Yeah, buddy.
Hardest part of this is actually finding the tiny Allen key size that takes the little window handles off.
Do you want me to hold that?
I'm going to put one screw in before I tighten it, I think.
All right. I'll keep video editing.
I'm relaxing while I'm working.
We're not on vacation. Screen looks great.
Yeah, I think it's an improvement.
Yeah. Since you have that tiny Allen key, maybe you should make sure you tighten all the little knobs.
Okay. Do you remember any in particular being loose?
Let's just make sure they're tight.
Okay. I've mentioned this before, but I feel like it's worth repeating. We used to have plastic knobs in this Airstream, and from Vintage Trailer Supply, we ordered the metal ones, these chrome metal ones. They actually stay tight, and they're definitely an upgrade worth doing.
We did not bring coffee on this coffee hike.
Coffee-free coffee hike?
Epic fail.
Sorry.
I had a really hard time seeing the black and white stripe blazes or tape.
Oh, straight ahead and...
That way?
Oh, yep.
Can you mark?
You nut. I think that's our trail.
Do not enter. Park entrance, straight ahead.
We are on our way to the entrance to Mesa Verde. We've just gone through the visitor center. Something to know, in case you're coming here, our Airstream is parked over in Boondocking, like 2 miles away.
BLM land.
Yeah, it was a great little spot. But you can't pull a trailer through the park. Supposedly there's a campground that we haven't gone by yet with some parking. If you have your camper with you, you have to drop it before you go fully into the park.
And we've done that before. Black Canyon of the Gunnison, we had to drop our trailer because the grades and the pitches and corners and stuff were just, to get down into the canyon, were just too steep.
Yeah,
so,
that was a cool road, but I'm glad we didn't have the Airstream with us for it.
For sure. We should try and stop at the overlooks on the way down. The ranger told us it will be about an hour to go up to be able to take the cliff tour. You need to make a reservation for those cliff tours online, and it was sold out days ago, and then we just happened to, Andrew was like, go ahead and see if they have any tours, and we were able to get 2 tickets. Now Andrew and I are technically on different tours.
Yeah, we're technically a half an hour apart, but we are hoping
that they'll let us go together, and if they won't, that's okay.
You'll notice I'm the one driving right now.
I get to looky-loo right now because we're not towing, and I pretty much do all the towing. And so I get to do a little sightseeing, which is really, really nice, because a lot of times Andrew will be like, hey, look at this, and I'll be too intent on driving because towing is serious business.
It is. It's our house.
Wow.
It's a pretty substantial tunnel.
It is a pretty substantial tunnel. If we had brought our trailer, motorhomes can go up, but...
I don't know if they have a length limit, but...
Right, certain motorhomes could go up probably, and then you have to drop your trailer if you're going to... Oh wow, yeah, there's auxiliary parking here. Non-campers, no trailers towed beyond this point. And then there's the gate, so you can visit the visitor center without going through the gate into the park, which is also kind of cool. So if you wanted to pick up a souvenir, like for example, we have grannies in the night who are in their 90s, and we've picked up postcards.
Air temperature 36 degrees.
Yeah, it's cold. I'm glad we have all of our winter gear and we keep that in the truck, because in like cubes, in a hauler, like a cube hauler in here, because the weather can be at elevation just so unpredictable. We're supposed to hit almost 60 degrees, but it is beautiful and sunny and in the 30s right now. So we will be able to put hats and gloves and anything we need because we keep everything with us. Glad we brought coffee.
Good view down the valley there.
A special thank you to the Danes for supporting our channel by using the Buy Shauna a Coffee link in the description box below. This coffee is sponsored by them. You were advised to be 15 minutes early. There's a safety briefing before you go on your tour, and the drive up takes about 45 minutes. So be early if you're looking to do a tour.
They're all warming up in the sun, aren't they?
If you have mobility issues, this might not be the tour for you. You need to traverse a series of uneven stairways to get down into the canyon and some ladders to climb your way out. Narrow, go for it.
Please, please.
Okay. Please go. That's narrow.
Fun.
To get up close and personal with these cliff dwellings and really experience these structures firsthand, you have to be with a ranger and on a tour. I like dwellings in there too.
They're uneven.
Steep. Without the right vantage point, Cliff Palace is basically invisible. And what's amazing is it doesn't look nearly as big. It looks miniature from above. This is awesome. For about 100 years, the ancestral Pueblo people lived in these cliff dwellings and commuted up over the cliff to the top of the mesa to farm. That is some commute to bring down squash, corn, beans, and game. One of the greatest mysteries for archaeologists is why the ancestral Pueblo people moved from the top of the mesas where they lived and farmed down under the cliffs. Although not accessible to the public any longer, the dwellings go back into the cliffs over 80 feet and held beautiful pottery, food storage, and tools.
Each clan had a kiva. We have 21 kivas here, and your clan would have your kiva, and all of the clans would live around the kiva. You know, like, you know, your brothers here on the first floor, your sisters up there. Hopefully grandma got to move down lower when she got old and didn't have to climb up there. But yes, you know, you would have been all around.
We use stairs and ladders to leave, but you can see the ancient climbing holes here. Our ranger was an excellent source of information and spent time answering everybody's questions.
That's fun.
See if they've got a bit of a custom-made door. How's it going?
Going. Okay, smell this.
What do you got?
This one is the one with the berries, and it smells medicinal and sort of strong pine, but not really. This one, which has the longer, smells sort of pine citrus. Here, smell this one first. This one smells refreshing and sort of
Yeah,
lovely.
so that one smells citrusy. That one smells like, dare I say, cat pee?
No, it smells medicinal. I don't smell notes of cat pee on this one.
Yeah, it's definitely medicinal. The other one's citrusy and kind of nice.
Yeah. If you can't take a tour, definitely drive through the park because the vistas alone are breathtaking.
So it looks like there's a tour over at Balcony House. See the arch, the sort of perfect arch.
Yeah, I see the balcony here.
So you see a ladder on the right
Oh,
side of that
yeah,
arch,
yeah.
and then follow to the left, you'll see like 5 or 6 or 7 people.
Oh, yeah, I see the red shirt now.
What do you think of the overlook hikes?
Awesome.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful day. It's not hot. It's not humid. There's a cloud in the sky.
It's a bit of a different day actually out in the sun compared to our tour.
Oh, yeah, for sure. It was definitely cold under the cliff.
Yeah. It's cool though. About 7,000 feet elevation.
Guys, Mesa Verde, try to get the tours. They're so worth it.
Yeah.
It's an $8 ticket for each person, and it goes directly to the site, and
With reservation and such.
it's awesome.
Yeah, would recommend the tours.
I brought the mics. Hopefully you guys can hear us. I brought the mics, but we're not using them.
Well, it was just easy to be out on a hike right now. We brought you along, good or bad.
It's all right. You won't hear me huffing and puffing in high def at altitude.
Yeah, authentic sound.
We took advantage of Mesa Verde having a post office and dropped some postcards to the grannies, and then we went to the museum to look at all of the pottery and artifacts taken from the cliff dwellings. It was being renovated while we were there, but it is definitely worth the stop. It's really hard to explain on camera and in words what Mesa Verde feels like when you're there on the ground looking at these ancient sites, ancient dwellings, and you're just walking along and you see pottery just in the ground. We left them there for the next visitor. I think it's important to remember and tread lightly that these sites are still visited by the modern descendants of the ancestral Pueblo people. These are examples of the pit houses and kivas that the ancestral Pueblo people lived in for about 500 years before they moved down into the cliff dwellings. It's just really amazing.
Yeah, it's a bit hard to imagine the roof that was once here, but those partial columns supported the roof beams. Should pay attention and see if the keyhole shape is always to the south-ish or if there's some other reason.
We know your time is valuable. Thanks for joining us on this adventure. See you next week.